Hello and welcome to RCKicks. That's it, that's right. Try again. If you watched the previous episode, link up here.
Right, where are you taking us? You're taking us down the roads, like, you're right off. Next, right, we're there. Yeah. Is this in?
I'm prepping it all up.
Yeah, you're prepping it. I didn't finish what you started.
No, because you told me not to put that in.
Oh, you should have listened to me.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. Yeah. I just don't like it. It puts me off talking.
That's excellent.
Hello and welcome to RCKicks. On this episode we will be continuing with the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR TT02 chassis. If you watched the previous episode, you'll know that we still have to put in the shocks, the electronics, the steering and the wheels. Now, just need to find the guy who usually does this show and we can crack on.
Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show,
No, I've done all that.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's time to crack on.
Crack on. Okay, we'll crack on. So, in the last episode, we basically got all the front swing arms done. We got the drivetrain in, the diffs in, the motor in, the whole shebang. Did you say about link to the previous one? Yeah. Oh, check her out, eh? God. Okay, so the next one is we need to put the suspension in. Now, I prepped up the suspension already and I realised it's not even oil. This is friction shocks. So obviously the first thing that's got to go on this car is we've got to lose those and get some oil shocks. I'm amazed that this comes with friction shocks, to be quite honest with you, but we will get on the interweb and we will buy some and we'll upgrade them in another episode. So, right. Crack on. So we're now on page 11 and we're on 21, so we're going to put the shocks together. We did that before. Yep. So that's already these. So these are one good thing about friction shocks, they're very quick and easy to do. Well, at least they're a lot quicker to put together than the... I think it's popping open. Looking back on it, when I'd fitted these friction shocks to the chassis, they weren't half bad. I was quite pleasantly surprised, but I still changed them because I'm not having friction shocks on my cars. No, just no, it's just wrong. So now we've built the shocks, we need 4 MB4s, which are these little tiny kind of funky screws with a spacer on them. But that's it. Now all we've got to do is screw them on. Oh, if you've already noticed, I actually have a blue anodized mount. And the reason I had that, I had it left over from when I did the Neo Scorcher, and to try and determine whose is whose, I just put it on for now. It's not a performance part, it's purely to make it look pretty. I just had it left over.
You get the pretty part then, and I didn't.
How did I get the pretty
Yes.
part and you didn't? Because it's in my parts bin. If you want to rummage through my parts bin, love, you are more than welcome.
I'll let you have that part.
And look, a good carbon fibre. Ooh, makes my car go 5 times faster. Right, so then we just literally screw them on. Wow, this is super basic. So the oil shocks I went for are standard black Tamiya. I could have gone down the road of putting some bling blue anodized on them, but I've kind of done that with my Neo Scorcher. I want to upgrade these cars, but I want to be a bit more sympathetic because the Neo Scorcher just got too heavy, too expensive, and I don't feel like I need to do that again. It was great fun, but I've kind of moved past it. So when I fit the oil shocks onto this, you'll barely notice the difference, apart from the handling should be slightly improved. So we're done. All the shocks are in and working. That was the quickest I've ever fitted shocks to a car. Right, now we move on to page 12, 24. It's the steering next. So we need to get the parts, and I'm pretty sure we will need some pliers. So these are
these ones, isn't it?
B12, is that one?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. You're going to need 2 of those, 4 of those, and then we're going to need these as well.
B12, B11. It's all of these little ones as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And then A3, which is this one. So
where does this go?
Where does what go?
Where do you put it?
Goes on the steering. Goes between there, and there.
Oh yeah.
So there we go. So I've managed to get the steering all like that. So that's looking good.
Yes.
So now we're fitting the steering to the car. There is no bearings, no nothing. You just screw it to the car. Right, so the steering is in. We need to do the bridge across and then connect it to the servo and everything, but it's all coming together. Okay, right, we're on page 13. We're now doing the electronics, and the electronics are in a bag, which, I don't know. Oh, here we go. And here's some I prepared earlier, and that will be yours.
Thank you.
And this is mine. So in our bags we have a electronic speed controller, we have a servo.
To answer your question, Trailer Veiculares Especiais SA is a Brazilian off-road
Alexa,
manufacturer.
Stop. Apparently Alexa wants to be on the show. A receiver, and oh, that's it. and that's it. Right, so so first we turn over to page 14, and 14 is we take the servo, and we need these parts to fit to it, which is the servo horn. But before you put it on, we have to true it up.
Alright.
You need to find the middle. If you don't, you've got to take it all out to redo it. So we'll true them up. I'll true up yours for you first. So there we go. I think. There we go. Right, so we set our centres for our steering servos. Make sure it doesn't come off there.
Thank you.
We've got to get rid of this for a moment. We've got to screw the servo horns in. Oh, that's tight. Each servo is slightly different, and I just used random servos that I had lying around that were pretty entry level for this kit. You good? See, this is how you fix most kits, with these random boxes of bits and pieces.
Right.
Hold on, I'm miles behind you. So I need to put that in there.
I got that. I got.
These have a tendency to fly across the room, haven't they? Cool.
Yeah, those ones are really difficult to get in.
There you go. Cool, they're stiff, they are. This is where things get a little bit small, isn't it?
Summer's gone, I'm latching on. Don't even know your name, but you're still in my head. Underneath rays of gold, your body oh so close. No, I can't forget, no. When I saw you on the dance floor, oh, I saw you who saw me first. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go and say what you want back. Girl, you should wear a name tag.
Whoa. Yep, coming at you. Straight. I have actually done that, and it's gone straight in my drink. Cycle. Doesn't it stupid, isn't it? Right, now we
sorting out the housing.
all we need now is the dog to shut up, and then I can do my talking. Until the dog shuts up, there's not much I can do, because the minute I start talking, he barks. Right, so we're fitting this servo. I don't even know what we did last time, so I don't even know where we're transitioning into.
We did this, didn't we?
Did we say that we were going on a break or anything?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Right, we're back from a break. We've filled up our drinks again. I'm not sure if that's what I said in the last bit, but we'll carry on anyway because things are going sideways fast and we need to get this built before I shoot the dog or the wife gets violent because she's drunk too much and starts like beating me up or smashing up the studio and throwing stuff all over the place or tripping over cables and ripping all the electrics off the side of the windowsill. But let's not go there because I'm not touching that nerve. Anyway, right, what are we doing now?
Page 14, step number 28.
Yeah, so that's this weird thing. And that goes where exactly?
Well, we need to remove the switch plate.
The switch plate from our electronic speed controller. Where's mine gone?
Yours is behind you.
Aha, oh yeah, there it is, because we used it to test, didn't we? Right. Before we put your receiver in the box, we need to bind it to the remote. I deliberately put them onto different controllers,
Okay.
so that when we drive them, we can drive them on different things.
That
Plus,
makes
we'll
sense.
probably have to do some tuning of this at some point. But for the sakes of today, we will tune them up off camera, I think. But let's just get them up and running first, and we can do all the endpoints and everything off camera.
Girl, you should wear a name tag, 'cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's how you know you're gonna get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important.
I don't know which ones it is.
Ones that fit in the holes.
Can you have a look?
These ones. No! It's that one. No, bigger.
Like that? That?
No, none of those. Bigger.
Bigger. That?
No, thicker, not longer. It's always the same with you.
That?
No,
I can't find them.
that.
Which one's that?
Thicker.
That one. It's that one then.
No. How can you not tell the difference between those two?
It's that one.
I'm going to set fire to you in a minute.
Is it that one?
No.
Can't tell the difference. Is that one?
Yeah.
Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should
Now things are going a little bit slower than anticipated, predominantly because we'd had a few sherbets by now, so we were getting a bit distracted. The TT02 doesn't have as much space in the chassis as you might think, so you've got to mount the receiver on top of the servo to leave enough room free to put your electronic speed controller. Be careful when you're fitting the aerial antenna mount, as there's a small notch cut into it that the actual aerial passes through. If you don't line it up correctly, as you're screwing it in from the other side, you will pinch down on the receiver aerial and you could damage it. So just be a little bit careful. So we've almost finished. The steering servo is installed. The main switch is installed. The aerial is installed. The aerial mount. And next we will be moving on to fitting the electronic speed controller. Just stick it in the middle. Yeah, it's cool. and then you're good. Aerial has to be nice and tight because this spins obviously, so that's fine. Yeah, wicked. So you've done that, this is in there tight. You haven't put this on now. Now you've got to install that, which goes on there like so. Like so. One long screw, one smaller one.
It's these, isn't it?
Yeah, see there's two different sizes. MA2 and MB1.
MA2 goes this side. That's the shorter one, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. You are correct. So we're now going to install the electronic speed controller. We went with the standard Tamiya TT02. It's good enough for running this. And then,
So you just stick it on?
yep, that's right. And then, which way around did I say would be better?
You said with the
Yeah.
wires to the middle, didn't you? That's the way they've got it there.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
And then you literally just stick it in.
Yeah, come down slightly. You want the drive shaft is what you don't want. That's it. And then just so you want to stick it down. Both jobs are good. Yep. Which is good. And then what we need to do is we need to test it before we go and tidy it all up.
Okay.
So I'll test mine and then I'll test yours, okay? Yeah. So we're now going to test it, see if it works. Woo! Right, so plug that into there. Turn that on. Wait for it to boot. Turn that on. Steering. That's backward. That's forward. So they're around the wrong way. Well, doesn't matter.
You just change it on the controller,
you can
don't
change
you?
it. Yep. So that was on alive and that's working. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So we need to put a binding plug in this one here, like so.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure that's off. Plug the battery in, and then
Hope it works.
we need to, if I remember rightly, I need to press that, do that, turn on that. So we've got both the cars alive and working, but we've got to do the steering trims and we've got to do the throttles and things like that, but we'll do that off camera like I said before. So next we've got to tidy up this mess of wires and then we've got to build the wheels. So that's next, so let's crack on.
Crack on.
Crack on. Now, if this was going to be a racing buggy or you were never going to remove the electronics from this car, you would trim all this down and make the cables as short as possible to just about reach where you need them to go, and you'd end up with a much neater and cleaner install. But as it's just a bit of fun and these cars aren't expensive and there's nothing super special about them, we've just basically pull tied them all up just to keep them away from the drive shaft, and that's good enough for what we're doing. So we've done all the electronics. Next it asks us to do the wheels, and then we've almost got a working car. We're getting there. We're getting there, we're getting there. Right, bet the wheels were a nightmare. Turns out to be a nightmare. Right, there we go. Looking good. Cool.
Yep.
It's alive. Right, so we move on to wheels. So here's your tyres.
Thank you.
And then I think, are these the same or they're different? They're different. They're yours. These are mine. We're going to need some of those as well.
Okay.
Going to need some of that. You can probably stick your bumper on as well. Just slots on the front. Gets that out of the way. Right. So now fitting tyres. Oh, we've almost got a rolling car. All that hard work pays off, and you know it all completely, so you can fix it when we break it.
Yeah, which happens all the time. From my experience.
Yeah, especially the more you mod them. These go inside. So, we need these, don't we?
Yeah.
So, oh no, you can break them off. Actually, it's easier to break them off. Right. So, you take your thingy-majiggy and you stick it in the tyre. And you've got to get it nice and in there. Right, we finally put all the wheels together, and we've put all the screws in the back which holds the front together. When we paint them, we're going to have to go and paint round the outside, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare painting these up. Right, that's done. Now we've got to fit them to the car, and then we'll finally have a car with 4 wheels. So the front first. Well, it's been only seconds for you, but it's actually been a few days for us. Not that we've been standing here all that time, obviously. There was a few problems we had from the last cut to this one. And basically what happened is some idiot threw away the rear wide hubs and spent at least 2 hours rummaging through bins, and I still can't find them. But the binman didn't take the bins, so I have no idea where they've gone. So I posted 2 days ago why I had 4 new C parts, I think it was, C trees or whatever, I can't remember, B trees, C trees, whatever. And the reason I had to buy 4 of them is because there's one long hub on each. So that is the reason why I had to spend £35 to replace the parts that I seem to have lost or thrown away so we could finish the build, because the Porsche has wider rear wheels than the front, so you need longer hubs. So it kind of killed the build dead until they arrived. Plus I placed an order for some oil shocks, which we now have. So in the upcoming video we're going to replace the friction shocks with these ones. Off camera since then, I've also on my car, my car, painted up all the wheels so that they are black inserts, and I've also, I don't think you're going to be seeing inside, I've done the brake discs as well. So in the next video we're going to paint Rebecca's wheels, fit the shocks and do the bodies, and then get them out doing some driving. They fully work now. For the eagle-eyed of you, I've also changed the Tamiya plugs to Dean plugs, because we're going to run LiPo batteries in these, mainly because they're lighter, as well as give a little bit more punch. So I did that off camera, and they are both now fully working, ready to go. So there you go. So what did you think? Did you enjoy your first build?
I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah? You enjoyed it? Would you do it again?
Yes, I would.
Where we go, we'll see. Got a few Avanti Mark IIs that need building. Don't ask me why I have 2, it's a long story. But there we go. So, thanks very much. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to Facebook. There's lots going on. There's a Facebook RCKicks group, and also there's the RCKicks Facebook page itself. Instagram is run by Rebecca, so if you want to annoy her, feel free to go over to Instagram and you can comment on there, and she posts loads of random RCKicks behind the scenes stuff. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.